morning. It's not morning anymore, it's noon, but I've been up since 7:30. Vacation is over, it's time to get some stuff done. Why was I up so early? Some stuff changed in the garden. I will show you momentarily. I haven't done any big tasks because these guys were busy in my garden doing stuff. It's awesome. I didn't do watering this morning because we are supposed to get a lot of rain, and also it rained yesterday, so the plants are good. There's some success I want to show you. Neighbors are out, so my task for today is going to be the patio. There will be a lot of weed eating. I will get the power washer out. I will use the new broom to clean that stuff out. I mowed the lawn the other day. That was on the previous video, and yeah, let's have a look what happened. First off, I got zucchinis. Yeah guys, I really got zucchinis. If you're on my Instagram, you might have already seen that. Look at that. Also, a couple of new zucchini blossoms. One over there, one over there. That looks really good. The leaves are still yellowish. I kind of think that might be by design. Like, maybe it's just part of how zucchinis work. I wouldn't know. It could be because there's not enough soil in these pots. So next year I'm going to do that a little bit differently. Even if there's nothing coming out of this, I know that it's working on the back because I see zucchinis. I have 3 more of these. There's not much happening here. A little bit of flake coming out here. The flowers are kind of meh. We don't know if we want to. These flowers are done. The basil should have been harvested while we were on vacation. I will clean it out a little bit and then yeah, make sure that there's room for more. The cucumbers are doing well. There is stuff happening here, and I kind of hope that this is a good sign. I have no experience, but I will do more cucumber next year. I also want to do peas or beans next year. But in general, I'm not unhappy with the results. That table needs to go though. That's really gross. So let's have a quick look. The flag post is gone. I had it removed this morning. The guys did a phenomenal job. They removed it, they dug it up, removed the foundation about 1 foot deep and took it away. I could potentially have done it myself, but not this fast. They were incredibly fast. Like, they were in here doing that, cutting off the tree, which, look how much light is coming in. And it's almost noon and my raspberries have light now. That's going to be awesome next year. We will leave this as a photo prop. Not as really happy about it, so I'm gonna clean up a little bit of the ivy down there, just, you know, make sure it's not completely woolly. Maybe clean out a little bit of the ivy there and plant some flowers. I don't know yet. But I also found something else this morning when I was talking to the guys about my constant problem of this thing dropping down. I asked, like, hey, you know, what should I do here? And there was a clear answer. Cut it. I was like, what? I can't cut it. I'm just happy that it grew. And he was like, yeah, that's not your problem. Your problem is it's too old and it needs to go. So what you could do is just rely on the new sprouts that are coming. And there's a lot of them. So that never happened before, and I didn't even notice until he told me. And the reason is, he said, since I removed the ivy, there's enough light for these things to come up. I will not remove it this year. I will probably just leave it here and, you know, let it die down, see how good the new sprouts are developing, and thin it out a little bit. But this is really good. I'm very pleased with the fact that there's some new sprouts coming in. Okay, as to what I have to do today, We got this from a bulletin board for free. It's usually 250 bucks, and we needed new furniture. This stuff, we had these, this chair, the table, and the small table there. We've had these things for almost 20 years, and the constant exposure to the weather and to the sun kind of took their toll on them. I am a heavy person, you noticed that, and I actually broke down with one of the chairs last year, 2 years ago, and I seriously injured myself doing that. So these need to go. That's, by the way, one of the reasons why we didn't do a lot with the patio over the last 2 years, because we simply didn't find the correct furniture that we wanted to have. Now, we found this on a bulletin board, as I said, for free. There was some German family going back to Germany, and they don't have the room for that, so we kept it. We filled 2 cars in here. Tabby played furniture Tetris in our trunks, and the cars were completely overloaded, not from a weight perspective, but from a volume perspective. We got everything out. Sorry for the noise, there is a farmer doing farm things back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of this on the lawn for now, just temporarily put the plants on the lawn, and then take the weed eater and just clean out the entire patio. I will, after that, use the power washer. So first, really clean it all out, you know, cut off all these things, and then use the power washer, mainly because of the moss that has accumulated everywhere. No idea how this is gonna come out, honestly, but I want to make sure that stuff is happening and that I take every opportunity. Normally, I should, if you look closely, I'm not sure if the video can actually catch that, it's not even. Normally, I should take out every single stone, even out the foundation, and then once the foundation is even out, I should lay them back in. Problem is, I don't have that skill set. So I checked with someone who is professional, and as you know from previous videos, that's gonna be a huge price tag. Yeah, it is. It's 4 digits, and it's not the lower 4 digits. So I was like, that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I don't want to invest that kind of money just now. My heating system is kind of end of life, and I need to put money aside to potentially replace that, which is gonna be a pain in the ass. Anyways, currently we're using heating oil, and I would like to replace that with something more sustainable, where I don't need to burn fossil fuel. Now, one point is, it has kind of a high burn rate, like there's a lot of fuel going into that thing. The other side is, I don't really want to burn fossil fuel if I don't have to. So there's different options on the table. They're all very, very expensive. So there's that. Good. I'm gonna set up the camera, and then I'm going to start working. First chapter is done. I'm gonna clean out this the shelf a little more. There's stuff in there that I didn't even know I had. Like, sure, I knew I had a pirate flag, which I don't need anymore because I have no flag post anymore. There's a couple of seed bags here that I will sort through. Some of this is from the seeding that I did over in the bin. There is like snail stuff here. There is a dead plant in here that used to be a basil. We don't need that anymore, so that's gonna go away. But I found actually a treasure, and I want to show you. Treasure, like, you know, things from the past that you didn't know you have. All the way down there, let's see, back here, there's a couple of glass things here. Basically these, and I didn't know I have these still. They are going to the recycling center because I don't need them anymore. These are for my beekeeping days. Yeah, I used to be a beekeeper a couple of years ago before I stopped doing that. I didn't have time at the day, and right now I don't have the place or the energy to do that. I want to get back into it. I cannot do it here on this property. I asked my neighbors because this would be ideal, right? Back there, you have morning sun, you have all the stuff. I can't. There's a story behind this. My neighbors, these guys over there, and the previous owners of this house, they actually didn't want bees around here. If you look closely up there, there's a little bit of a hillside going on. And there used to be a bee house, like an original Swiss bee house made of wood, with, you know, old style magazines that you have to treat from the back. Like, real crap, I did that. It's not fun. Don't do that. Always use like top bar hives or, you know, modern magazine stuff that's just easier to operate. But I don't want to shit on old beekeepers. They know their stuff. It's working. I just don't like it. Anyways, there used to be a bee house up there on the hill, and it's gone. And the reason is because of the people who lived here in these two houses. That bee house was actually here before these houses were built. They were built in the 90s, and that bee house used to be there 10, 13 years before that. Now, they actually put a lot of pressure on the beekeeper and the county to have this bee house removed, because especially, and I didn't know that, the owner of the house that we live in right now, she was very, I don't want in springtime to have my white laundry in the garden to dry and the bees sit and shit on it. That was literally the thing. When I found out, I only found out when I asked these guys if they were okay with me having some beehives in the garden. And then I heard the story the first time. I was like, shit, you just kicked the hornet's nest here. So there's no chance ever that there will be bees on this property. And that's a problem for me getting back into beekeeping, aside from that being very expensive. I don't have room to do that. Currently, I don't have the time or energy to do that, but even if I had, I couldn't do it here, and I would need to travel somewhere else, which makes it, you know, significantly more difficult to start it again. Anyways, these that's the stories that came up when I found this. I used to be in a bee house, and, you know, I had like 5 colonies and all that kind of stuff, and I want to get back into it, but now is not the time. And even if these glass panels that you use from the back to actually be able to look into the hive without opening it, I wouldn't use them anymore. I would go for Langstraut or, you know, Dadant or whatever these kind of frame sizes are these days, but not Swiss magazines anymore. That's just not happening. Good. So quick, what's going to happen next is, where's my finger? There it is. There's my fertilizer. It's a little bit of pesticide that I'm going to throw out because I don't use it anyways. Some toys and seeds and some old plant. So I'm cleaning this out. I get out the entire shelf. Then I will just, you know, do the a general treatment with a big broom, get all the leaves out and stuff, and then I'll take the weed eater and we do this. that's how 2 years of not doing anything in that corner actually look like. I expect there to be some seeds. I had some loss. I wanted to plant more herbs, so I expect them to be in there. Also, I need to take care of these lanterns. I will keep them, but I need to clean them out, and then I will just go over this with a big broom. There's my entrusted bucket, and everything goes out. This is how the stones are supposed to look. This is how they look. So there's clearly a difference, and that's my next project. I am not unhappy. This already looks so much better, and I haven't even brushed through this, so that's gonna be the next step. I'm going to take the broom, go over this. I'm thinking, should I remove that particular branch of, because the border of the patio is here and it's reaching onto the patio. I wouldn't care usually, and it's starting to bloom, so I might actually not do it. I'm torn. It's getting warm. I'm all done. This looks already good. It's good back there. Cleaned out a lot of stuff that is going to the recycling center. The missus just fed the dog. That was on the list. Now, before I get out my power washer, that I already brought up, that thing is heavy. But before I start doing that, I need to address something that I've been shown that I didn't have on my menu, because I don't really care, but I know that the missus and the other one don't like it. Spiders. There's cobwebs all over the place, spider webs, and they need to go. So I'm going to take the broom, I guess, and just get rid of them, and then I'll start power washing. I will not film the broom thing because the angle is, I tried, it's not good. So I will just get rid of that, and then I'll do the power washing thing. More power. Bin for. Okay, spider webs are gone. When I said I take out my trusted power washer, I didn't kind of remember. I have never used this thing before. In fact, it is so new that I even have the original zip tie still around it. So I'm gonna set it up. I have one power outlet on my patio. One. I always wanted one for the front part of the house. Didn't work out yet. I need to talk to my neighbor once he's got back from vacation. He is an electrician. I'm not gonna touch that stuff because I just get electrocuted. Yeah, that's too high a risk. He told me what to do. I don't know. I have put in power outlets in a house once before, and it kind of worked, but I certainly don't want to do it again if I don't have to. So I might just pay that guy, you know, beer and pizza and then for the material and get it done. All right, I'm gonna set up here and then I'll set up the camera and start washing away. It looks so much better already. There's a little fly here that irritates me. All right. We decided to keep the lavender. I used the shovel from the barbecue just to put it up for now. It can come back down to the floor. We let it bloom out and then we cut it off. Kind of the same thing that happens with the bush in the front. The idea is to just make sure there's enough air so that the sprouts can come from the bottom, and we basically give it a fresh start. It's kind of the idea behind it. We also found something when the missus was doing an inspection that I'm going to show you. Not be the ideal way to do, especially since you know, there's a lot of water involved that just gets up all the sediments from below these plates. The problem is that's gonna come back anyways, right? We have the forest right over there, and in fall season this is all full of leaves and it decomposes in these little holes and stuff, and it's just gonna fill up again. Now this is gonna drain. I don't know where. There's a lot of drainage below this, so this is just gonna go away. But the plates will actually stay lighter. You see the vast difference over there where I'm already done. So I'm gonna take a picture now before, and then I'm gonna take one later on, because this is gonna take some time. I just did like what, 15 minutes or something. So this is gonna take certainly a lot more, and I will just take a bit of footage once I'm done. to come down here.
So let's see what you did. Oh wow! Is this like really our?
Yeah, that's
like,
ours.
Did we cross space-time?
No, we did not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's so fresh and clean, and I'm looking really forward to decorate that whole thing. It will be pretty cool.
There's still a little bit of wax over there.
Yeah, does the wax go away with
it? Doesn't go away with a higher pressure washer. I think we need some heat source.
Yeah, then I have the heat.
Yeah. You do have the heat pistol.
Yeah, for wobbler.
Yeah. But here you can see the difference, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Before, after.
It's amazing. It's like it looks like completely new.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's not completely new.
Yeah,
so you
still
see that there is some dark spots, because you would need to go around the entire hexagon to get it from all.
But I think that's not an issue. I mean,
the only sad part is now you can actually see the damage.
Yeah, but you could see that before.
Right? Really?
So did he tell you about how he did gardening the years before?
I kind of hinted that, yeah.
Yeah, like.
I also hinted at our deal.
I'm a very big friend of do a little at a time. It's easier than to do a lot like everything, you know. Yeah. But I definitely want to get one of those like our neighbors have.
What, one of these wooden things?
Yeah. For more privacy.
Yeah, I think what we should do. There's a pro and a con to this, right? If you do this, it'll take away the remaining sunlight from here.
Sunlight. Who wants sunlight anyways? Like, do I look like I want sunlight? Like.
No, but the zucchinis might want sunlight.
Yeah, they can be here. There's enough sunlight there.
All right. So we're thinking about getting a panel here, like this. The problem is this is too big for one and too small for two. So I'm not quite sure how to solve that conundrum. Maybe there's small ones, I don't know. Maybe we are good with one and just have it reach until like here. Let's grow the rest and leave the remaining light for the garden. I'm gonna clean up this area now. See that there's a little bit of a puddle, or where the puddle was. It's still not ideal, so I'm going to clean that area out, and then I'm gonna put more green material in the bin, and then that's it. The Nat wants me to do the front next. I'm not particularly happy about that. I would rather do the pathways, but I know where she wants to do that, so I'm gonna look into that. All right. I am beat for the day, but I have to admit I'm very satisfied with myself. It's still a little dark, but you can see this was the original dark. This is just because it's wet. Zucchinis are back. These are pretty dirty. Gonna wash it out in the rain. Life is good.